Hey, shalom. Welcome back, everybody. Today we are continuing with our walk through Exodus 32 with directed Hebrew immersion. Hope you will enjoy it. May Adonai bless our time of learning. May He stir up the love for the Hebrew language in you. Not just Hebrew like modern Hebrew and all the such, but the actual Lashon HaKodesh, the holy tongue, the language of Scripture. May it come alive within you like a well, bubbling forth, with his spirit bringing to mind passages in the original tongue. I want that for all of you. May it be given by the merit of Mashiach Yeshua. All right. So today we are continuing through. We're just going to do one verse today, but it's a very large verse. You're looking at half of the verse on the screen right now. This is Exodus 32. If you're new to our immersion classes, we have different kinds. This is probably the best one if you're new to it, the Exodus one. I pick apart every single word, and I just noticed where I left a color off. I would have liked to have colored. Okay. The legend on the left gives you most of the colors, what they're all about. The point of the colors the colors are for visual learners to be able to recognize patterns and such without having to get too much into grammatic rigmarole. Cool. So I just was able to fix one of our coughs. Got it colored the way I needed it. All right. So let's start by just scanning the verse. I'll just read through it. And for our auditory learners, I will be employing the auditory tones to help with parsing. Okay. Zechor leAvraham, leYitzchak, uleYisrael. Ravadecha asher nishba'to lahem bach ותדבר עליהם הרבה את זרעכם ככוכב, actually, da, okay, it's actually a bit confusing. ככוכבי השמיים. Okay, and that's where the etnachta is, the little wishbone accent mark, which marks, it behaves a lot like a semicolon in English. So that's our semicolon. And that's a good place to stop at the end of the clause there. Let's break it apart now. The very first word, zechol. Zechol is an imperative. It's a command form from the verb zachal, zayin kaf resh, which many of you probably know what this word means already. Zachal, if you don't know it, write it down. This is a good word to memorize. And we do have a Hebrew vocabulary video on this for 60 seconds that teaches this word. Zachar is to remember. Okay. So the imperative, that means it's a command. Zechor, remember. Le Avraham. Remember to Abraham. Le to Yitzchak. That's Isaac. U and le to Yisrael. Israel. Or remember for them. Remember for Avraham, for Yitzchak, and for Yisrael. Now, in case you're wondering why it's an U in front of the Le Yisrael, we have this rule that you cannot start a sentence with two schwas in a row. So if you have a word And that word has a schwa under it at the beginning. As we see here, Le Yisrael, there's a schwa. And sorry, we want to attach our conjunction. Well, the conjunction usually takes a schwa under it. The conjunction being the vav. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Coming before words, put a schwa under me, and sometimes changing to an oo or a or ah. So you can't do that. That's a violation. You cannot start a word with two schwas in a row. Okay, not allowed. Usually, if it was a inseparable preposition like a kaf or a lamed or a bait, we would just lengthen that guy. He would just lengthen to a chirik, just a single dot, right? Instead of a schwa. That's not allowed here. With vav, we have our special rule that we like to call the bump schwa rule. Meaning if the first letter in the word makes a b or m or p sound, or since it's called bump schwa, or if it has a schwa under it, which is the case here, that is a schwa, then the u part of bump schwa, the oo is going to become oi. Sorry about that. So that's when it's going to change to oo. And that's why we have oo here. Oo le Yisrael. And to Israel. So Zechor le Avraham le Yitzchak u le Yisrael. Remember concerning Avraham, concerning Yitzchak, and concerning Israel. Ravadecha. So this is a plural. It's Ravadim. Ravadim of Cha, the servants of you. So your servants. Asher, who? Nishbata, you swore. Lahem, to them. Bach, by you. Vatedabel. So the verb dabel, dalet beit resh, that's to speak. Tedaber means you will speak or you are speaking. That's what we call the imperfect form of the verb. Imperfect with the idea that it is an incompleted action. It's imperfect. But if you're looking at the glowing lime green Vav in front of it, that guy is there for a reason. Da, 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 da. His glowingness is going to change that imperfect into a perfect. It's a Vav conversive. Perfect means it's a completed action. So, whereas te daber may mean you are speaking or you will speak, right? It's incomplete. So it could be present or it could be future, something like that. It's incomplete. There's some other options too, but it's not done. The aspect changes with the Vav conversive. Now it is perfect. The whole thing changes to be understood as perfect. So vat te daber means and you spoke. And you spoke. Completed. Alehem, unto them, right? So here's a quote. This is what Hashem actually said. That's what's coming up. What did he speak? That's what we are going to see. Arbe. The aleph in the arbe, that is marking the aleph from ani. Ani. Or more rarely, anochi, which means I, as in me, right? So I was just wondering if I could color it in when it zoomed. No, it won't let me. Okay, fine. So, I will, Hefil, cause to make Rav. So I will grow, I will make numerous. This is what God said to our ancestors. I will make numerous what? What? The definite direct object marker. We don't translate. Zal. That's a zera, the seed of chem. Chem. So chem, glowing yellow, that's a pronoun meaning y'all or y'alls. So it's the plural, second person pronoun. Whose offspring? Y'all's. Avraham, Yitzchak, and Israel's. Zarah, Chem. The zera of Chem, the seed of y'all. How is he going to grow it? Ke. Kaf is like or as. Construct chain. Da. Kochavei hashamayim. Kochave is the construct form from kochavim. A kochav is a luminary in the sky, usually just translated as star, but that's a bit brute force. It's true that oftentimes we are talking about stars, but anything in the sky that you see that is emitting light is a kochav. A planet is a kochav. A star is a kochav. A satellite reflecting light is a kochav. You understand? Falling stars, like meteorites, those are kochavim. And this is important to note because when you get later into prophecies like the book of Revelation, talking about in the Jewish Greek Astara, which is a kochav falling from the sky onto the earth, no, it's not saying that literally a blue giant is falling to the earth or something, but it's something that is emitting light that's falling from the sky. So, ke, like, kochavei hashamayim. So because we have a construct chain here, and the last word in the chain is definite, it's ha shamayim, the sky, then we make the entire chain definite, don't we? So it imparts the word the. Ke, like the kochavei hashamayim, the luminaries of the sky. Or if you wish, you can go with the more traditional stars of the sky, because as far as counting goes, I'm sure that's the specific nuance he had in mind. Not that sometimes you have meteorites entering the atmosphere. Okay, let's go again real quickly. You try to translate before I do. Zechol, that's imperative, command. Remember, le Avraham, le Yitzchak, u le Yisrael. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or Israel? Ya'vadecha. These are the avadim, the servants of cha, of your servants. Asher hu, or concerning whom. Nishbata, you swore. Lahem, to them. Bach, by yourself. Vatedaber. So tedaber is imperfect. You are speaking. But vatedaber changes it, makes it perfect. You spoke. Alehem, unto them, or perhaps promised. Sometimes this we can nuance as promise. Arbe, I will cause, I will hefil, I will cause to be rav. Et, we don't translate. Zarachem, the seed of Chem, y'all's seed. Ke, kaf, of course, is the inseparable preposition meaning like or as. Like, da, kochavei hashamayim. That's the kochavim of the shamayim, the stars or the luminaries of the sky. Or if you prefer, you can say the heavens. Okay, I'll read it one more time through normally now. Zechol Avraham, leYitzchak, uleYisrael, le'avadecha, asher nishba'ata lahem bach, v'tedaber alehem, arbe et zarachem, kechochavei hashamayim. You guys do all right? How you doing? Hope you are enjoying the class so far. Special thanks to my patrons. This is how we are keeping this teaching ministry alive, is by patrons like you. If you're not a patron yet, please consider heading on over to my Patreon account. Very often we deal with weirdness from the algorithm, hate from the algorithm, doesn't like that we side with Israel in the fights against its enemies, or doesn't like that I will teach things against the moon god religion, which I do very often. That's part of my response to October, the thing that happened in October. And you know the day, Sheva. This is an appeal for you to come on over there. You can do it in a web browser. Just go to www.patreon.com/HebrewLetterC and sign up. Or you can actually download the Patreon app. Some people prefer apps, some prefer the browser. You could check out my book over there, or I have an album with 7 original pieces if you want to get that. It's called Wine is Not for Kings. Just be advised that if you're an iOS user, the Apple Store adds on a huge markup. So you'll pay $11 more for that album. That's like almost 50% more than if you buy it through a web browser, right? But it would be real nice to have you over there. You can sign up for free. There's lots of freebies. There's content over on Patreon that I do not put over on YouTube, for example. So, and if you're watching this free on Patreon, thanks for doing that already, where this lesson is. So we have an extended version of the lesson, more than double the amount that you've learned so far, for our Sha'ar level members. That's just for $10 a month. That will get you the Sha'ar level of access. And really the idea is I understand these to be more like donations supporting the teaching style that I'm giving you guys. And then I try to give you something, right? You're not really buying the content. You're just helping me out, helping me to keep my family fed and to keep the little activities we have here and the little bit of tikkun olam that we're trying to do in the world. That's what you're doing, right? So it's really a gift. And I deeply appreciate whatever level you can give at. And then anything I can give back is just kind of icing on the cake in my mind. I'm just trying to give you a little something extra when we do that. So I deeply appreciate you guys. And if you're not on Patreon, I hope to see you over there, at least as a free member. And you can send me questions directly on Patreon as well. Critiques, comments, all that kind of stuff. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Shalom, shalom. This is the end of part 1 from a 2-part video. This video was proudly Israeli made and edited. Am Yisrael Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Tikkun Olam, repair the world. Do your part to reduce suffering among humans and animals. Shalom.